So now let's go to a team in the West
Oh boy.
that honestly, if you look at them, they are the definition of the most average team out there in the NFL. Everyone that they have is mid-level players. Everyone
Not everybody.
outside
Hold
of
on.
Surtain. Surtain is one of the best corners out there in the league. I will give them that, and I'm talking about the Denver Broncos.
Dang,
But like
you're
Cortland
right.
Sutton, I understand, but mid-level guy. You know, he's not. I mean, he can be a number one, but he's not. He's not elite. Okay, Javonte Williams, mid-level running back. He had
Yeah.
about 780 yards last year. I think only like 3 touchdowns. So, but if you look at this team, and then Bo Nix, we don't know what Bo Nix is going to be in
Bo
the big
freaking
question.
Nix.
Didn't you
Yeah.
love Bo Nix? Weren't you like in the draft, Bo Nix?
Me? No,
Yay.
I like Michael Penix.
I know no, you don't like him. You love him.
Well, no, now I hate him because unfortunately he's a Falcon and I have to root against him. So, I mean, it's just in my blood. I have the Broncos. I have the Broncos last in this division, and it's not to say that they can't that they can't win games. But I have them going 7-10. I don't trust. I just don't trust them. You know, they're just. If you look at their team overall, they didn't do anything really spectacular in the draft. Again, outside of Bo Nix. Bo Nix could be really good, right? I mean, he was pretty good in Oregon. So he could be his thing. And it's going to be, you know what Bo Nix is? Bo Nix is what Russell Wilson could not be for Sean Payton, and that was a yes man.
So did you see
Sean Payton needs a yes man quarterback?
Did you see
and that's what Bo
who's
Nix
playing backup underneath Bo Nix if Bo Nix decides to bust?
Zach Wilson?
What's his name? Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Are you talk about?
He's competing.
I'm already like annoyed with Sean Payton's strategy for taking down my Chiefs, but then like now you have a quarterback who could mentor a new quarterback on how to beat the Chiefs. Don't like it. No, like I think Bo Nix, I'm optimistic.
I don't know if Zach Wilson is a
You're
mentor.
right. That's part of my concern. It's like,
I don't think you ever have to be worried about that one. I think you're good.
Yeah.
I see Bo Nix having a lot of success, especially with the Sean Payton style offense. Mirrors kind of the same level that you see with that West Coast kind of movement style of offense that he had in Oregon. But like Zach Wilson, I believe in Zach Wilson. I believed in the Jets story, but it's like I don't know. Like I don't think he has much longer in the league before he hangs it up, which is unfortunate. He really needed a break. I don't think he's ever going to get it. Yeah, you already talked on Sutton and then Devontae Williams, a running back. This might just be an RPO style offense, and we'll see how they pan out. But yeah, I agree. I looked at my little scoring chart I made earlier, David, and yeah, like I didn't even realize I did put Broncos all the way at the bottom as well. They have a very mid style schedule, nothing too challenging before they hit their bye weeks and everything. But they do play the Chiefs week 18, but it's like none of that matters. It's probably going to be just coasting to the finish line for the Chiefs as we're going to the playoffs again. But it
unless Max Crosby gets to Mahomes early, man, and you never know.
That D-line's good. I can see Christian Wilkins getting to him too.
I think the Broncos average like one pick against Mahomes per game, like no matter what. Like there's just one pass, it just seems like Mahomes just throws it to their secondary, and it's like it frustrates me every single time I see it. But like really though, how many more years are we going to give Sean Payton before the Broncos decide to shelf him too? Like it seems like.
Well, dude, they're in salary cap hell with him. I'm just gonna say, I mean, I feel like they're stuck. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know if their hands are kind of tied because they're still paying Russell Wilson
$200.
Oh my gosh, so much money. The Pittsburgh Steelers got a starting quarterback for
$1 or something like that. Like it's like what's going on?
Yeah. So but I mean, Sean Payton, his contract is crazy. But you know what? To touch on that, Floyce, I think that if he has 2 years with this Bo Nix, experiment that he's wanting to do, I think 2 to 3 years, and then he's out if he doesn't get this thing heading in the right
Well, then
direction.
do you just bench Bo Nix like they did the first year with Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes? Just give him a year to absorb the league as much as possible, then throw Bo Nix.
No,
It's
because
too late.
who do you
No,
sit behind? You sit behind Zach
Yeah,
no,
Wilson?
yeah,
Nah.
no. There's
Yeah.
Bo Nix is probably
yeah.
gonna start.
I don't
I
see
don't
him
see.
sit on the bench. He has to start.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see
No.
Zach Wilson winning that camp battle. So Bo Nix is gonna be thrust in that position as soon as the season starts. I mean, I will say about the Broncos that I see a world in where this could be a new kind of leaf for them too, right? Like this is Sean Payton's first chance at actually making a pick at the guys that he wants. Even though technically he didn't because he kind of just took the guy that fell to them. I don't know if he tried to move up or anything like that, but Bo Nix was just there. So we need a quarterback. Bo Nix is there. We'll just take whoever falls. That's kind of what happened to them. But I mean, I liked Bo Nix as a prospect. I think of the quarterbacks that were taken this year, I think he was the most NFL
Yeah.
ready. He played in a system that's most NFL kind of prepared. So like I like him as a
for
prospect.
10 years.
Yeah, that's a plus,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, also that.
On the
Also,
earlier
let's
college
not
episode, I
not
called
for,
him the
not
Van
to forget
Wilder
that he's
of
a
the
45-year-old
draft
man.
prospect, and I'm like,
Right.
it's so fitting. He was what, fifth year senior? Like, hold on, wait a minute. You're
Yeah.
like 27. Go home.
That's my kind of school. That's how many years I had.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still technically a new team. I don't with rookie quarterbacks. It never ends. Not never, but it rarely ends well for them. Like there's so many things they're getting used to in a truly NFL style offense. So I'm not expecting great things. I think it's gonna be them figuring a lot of stuff out. Y'all were talking about Javonte. I saw a blurb the other day that said, "Is he even gonna make the team?" Jaleel McLaughlin apparently has been tearing it up in OTAs and minicamp, and he's been vying for that number one position.
Yeah.
Real shifty guy that's just been apparently he's just been a student of Sean Payton and the game, like just being the first one in, last one out, that kind of stuff. So I mean, like I said, a new leaf for this team. I think it's gonna take a while for them to actually get going. My win loss for them is 4-13 right now. I think it's going to be a rough season, but I just think that you
Yeah,
gotta keep going and building
I'm
this team and making it better.
I'm with Theo on this one.
You had them going 4-13 as well.
Yeah, man, it's not a good football team. Like you said with Javonte, and he was right on the other running back is more Alvin Kamara-ish.
Right.
And Javonte gets hurt. He was great at North Carolina, but he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And they just have that huge question mark at who's going to be the QB1. Floyce is right. Bo Nix, he goes through his dream school growing up in Auburn, and Auburn sucked. Like he just had to. Dude, I mean, I watched a lot of games. I'll give it to the guy. He stuck it out for 4 years. And then he goes to Auburn. That is Oregon. It is a quarterback-friendly offense. It always has been. Their quarterbacks kill it through the years. They don't always translate in the NFL. So he is going to something similar. He just, man, I don't know. Is he QB1? I guess we're going to find out. I mean, between Zach Wilson and Jeff Stidham, whatever the other guy is, that's the old New England guy. And Raider guy. So I just don't, man. I don't see it. I don't think the defense is good enough. The offensive lines, it was bad last year. It didn't get any better. So, and the wide receivers, they lose Jerry Jeudy. So I don't know who the heck they replace with him, but I didn't see anything. So I think they're a 4 or 5 win team. They're definitely going to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just to go on, say I don't think anybody in this division makes the playoffs, but the Chiefs. I think everybody else is. I think Chiefs are the only one that make the playoffs.
I agree. Unfortunately, I think the Chargers have the best chance, but yeah.